saying, calling us N words and telling us that they don't like us and we should die, we should be on a different planet. How is that any different?
What are the results from their hate towards us for saying that? What happens to me for them saying that to me? What happens to me?
But would you be upset?
No, I wouldn't, because they're allowed to have their opinion.
And there's results, there can be results. Also,
And that's why I said, if they feel that strongly about
hate is hate.
if they feel that strongly about my opinion, about how I feel, then guess what? If they unalived me, how can I stop it from happening? If what I'm saying makes somebody want to off me and they get the opportunity to, how can I come back from being dead?
It doesn't necessarily, what you're saying is not making you want them off you, it's making other people, it's activating other people and recruiting them to do the fuck shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, Bo.
Susie, I know you talked about your cousin, but what about your children and grandchildren that may be afraid to come to you and depressed and want to harm themselves?
Them being the way that
come to you.
them being the way that what they got to come to me for? They need to go to somebody who can relate. That would be their problem, trying to come to me and I can't relate to you.
It. What about our black people that hides it from family members?
They need to go talk to their family members who will accept it.
So you want to accept it? I'm talking about.
I have accepted it. I don't have children in the rainbow community. If any one of my 5 that are living decided to go to the rainbow community, then I will be able to answer that. But I'm not finna pre-think about something that ain't even true.
Well, let's talk about your cousin, because it is true, right? You said your cousin don't put on lashes. Your cousin don't put on fake nails. But what if he wanted
My cousin isn't trying. Then we would be able to talk about it if he did. But because he hasn't, we can't.
But you wouldn't accept it. You said it. So maybe
I
wouldn't do it.
I would not accept.
Love you.
I will not accept. No, that man is 35 years old. This ain't no baby cousin. This nigga is grown as fuck. And he been like this since we was little children. I remember when he was 4 and we was bouncing on the trampoline and we would ask grandma, is Joseph gay? And she'd be like, girl, he probably is. We didn't never say nothing. We didn't be like, well, we gonna change him or stop him or give him a girlfriend. We wasn't putting pussy in his lap and in his face. We accepted Joseph for who Joseph was and is.
So what's wrong with Icon Peach and the other rainbow community people for accepting their loved ones for who they are, instead of saying they should all go?
I didn't say nothing was wrong with that. Peach trying to tell me that that I have to accept it. I thought phobia meant scared. I learned the word of phobia when arachnophobia came out and them people were scared of the spider. So in my mind, I thought phobia meant you were scared of something, until Trina gave me a better definition. And I admitted it in front of all y'all that I am a phobia, that I do have the phobia. So now what's the next step? If I don't like spiders and I'm terrified of spiders, eventually one day I'm going to learn how to face my fear, correct? So that's what I've been doing on this app, learning how to accept, learn, understand, and be around something that I'm not comfortable with and or maybe scared of. But I can't be scared of something that can't harm me. Them being in their element does not hurt me. It is not hurting me. It's not stopping men from wanting me. It's not stopping me from being a mama. It's not stopping me from going to work. It's not stopping me from breathing, eating, sleeping, shitting, or fucking. What they do with themselves ain't hurting me. So it's not doing nothing good and it ain't doing nothing bad for me. So I really truly don't understand why I'm supposed to allow anybody, whether it's Peach, you, or Timbuktu, y'all don't get the right to just tell me that you gonna whoop my ass every time you see me and think I'm just gonna keep coming to the parties, getting my ass beat up or not show. I want to be in Diamond's platform. I like being in y'all spaces. So because Peach telling me he gonna punch me every time he see me and I'm the only person telling Peach you ain't gonna punch on me, I have to fight for myself every time I face this motherfucker.
Well,
what's up, Snapper?
Let me say it like this, because I know
until he leave me the fuck alone, I'm not gonna leave him alone.
I'm not talking about Peach. I'm not talking about Peach. But let me tell you, you said that you have worked, you have trained, you have been around the rainbow community, and
I'm talking about the ones that wear fingernails and hair and they got a penis. I'm talking specifically about the ones in reference to Peach's persona.
I know, but I just want to tell you something. People that you work with, the white tees that you
These was black people. This was a little black boy that said, my hair, he said, hey, boss. I said, why you got pink and blue hair? You must be going to a gender reveal. He said, no, I'm in the process of transitioning. I said, okay, that's cool. He said, well, let me tell you what the new trend is. He said, because people don't accept us for who we are, a lot of us have started deciding to wear blue and pink to acknowledge that we're transitioning. So I said, okay, cool. I remember going to Macy's after I got off of work, and I seen another person with the pink and blue. And I didn't know if it was man or woman, woman or man, but I was like, hey, what's up? You know, I learned to embrace something new that I got educated on. But that baby didn't sit up there and say, you have to accept me because of this, this, and the other. He didn't attack me. He didn't say that I was scared of him. That baby opened me up into his world and gave me better understanding of something that I lacked knowledge on.
I know, but what I was saying though is that, you know, it's YT people that we're around and they are prejudiced, but they treat us nice. We never know it because they never say it.
Well,
And that's what I'm
y'all
saying.
don't like when I say that I don't turn away from my white side. I got white in me. So at the end of
But
the
what
day,
I'm saying is they very well could be prejudiced and racist and not like you and be afraid
okay,
of you and don't say
listen.
it.
Where I live at, if you cross the bridge, the high school, West Monroe High School, their fucking their mascot is a rebel, and their flag is that X with the Confederate flag or whatever the fuck that shit is called. I live in 2024. They can cross the bridge and come to my city. I can cross the bridge and go to their city. I live where it still exists at, and both can concur that because we live in the damn near around the same motherfucking cities. So if I know that they're racist white people, I'm not gonna go to Backenville after fucking 5 o'clock so these motherfuckers can rap me around the goddamn tree. I'm gonna use my goddamn common fucking sense.
Down, this is right over the bridge. I told people that. I live
Yeah,
right.
that's all I was saying is that you may not know
That's
it.
what I'm saying. If I know, no, I know it. So, okay, Bo, if I'm door dashing and they send me to Backenville, and it's after dark, I go in there, drop them people food off. I don't leave my car running, and I leave my door open just in case these motherfuckers on some fuck shit tonight.
Right.
But I'm not gonna miss that money because these motherfuckers is racist, and we know they'll wrap me around that tree, and nobody will know until they realize I'm missing. I don't run from a person's thoughts, but I know how to carry myself around amongst them. I'm not gonna go up to Miss Millie and have a conversation with her when I know this bitch that, oh, your kids are pretty because they clean. I'm not even gonna talk to that bitch.
Poozie, have you ever been around an autistic kid?
My granddaughter is autistic, nonverbal.
Do you know that some people, my nephew is too, do you know that some people are afraid of them?
And guess what? We don't force them to understand her neither.
You know we got
on.
people here that smile in your face.
You know what? That is a good example because every single time my granddaughter's thing is when we go to the store, we let her get a basket and a buggy and we let her put whatever the fuck she want in it. But before she get that buggy, I go to one of them people in the store and I say, I don't mean no harm, but at the end of when I go to check out this basket, will you be able to put it up? And they say, yeah, we got to do putbacks anyway. They never said, nah, your baby autistic, you need to do that shit yourself.
But you know, people don't choose to be gay.
Bullshit.
No, it's not a choice. They're born
It
that
is in
way.
2024.
No, they're born that way. They're born that way. They don't choose to be like that. No one would choose to be different. Do you think that your granddaughter would choose to be autistic? She was born that way. So when a person is different, when a person is different, they're either born that way or it's some type of accident. No one chooses to be that's not the social norm. And as a
Not in the fact that they were born like that. Remember I said my cousin, when we were little, we always used to ask why he talked like this. You know, he used to always drag his words. He'd be like, Misha, that's how I gotta go to the call. And I used to ask him, you know, like, why is he talking like that? But we were little then. We like maybe 3-4 years apart. But now as an adult, when he got old enough to come and talk to me, I asked him. And I asked him on Facebook Live with him in my box. I said, Joseph, did I make you gay that day that I had we was playing dress up and I dressed you up in Beverly clothes? He said, no, girl. I was like this when I was always like this. And I was like, okay. Because I thought that I had assisted in making his mind think that he wanted to be a woman. And he told me no. So I have understanding. And that's what I don't like when people act like I haven't tapped into every question. When a person when a person allows me to ask the questions that I want to ask to gain understanding, we have no problems. And I don't have no understanding for Peach. I don't want to understand nothing about Peach. I know Peach can't stand me, and I can't stand Peach. So I don't even understand why we even try to communicate with each other, period.
I think it's just
You know
a you.
I don't like you.
I
Why
think
would
it's
you
just
come
a
at
you,
me?
Poozy. I think it's just a you and Peach thing. But let me tell you this, mother
I
to
do too.
mother, I can hold your
It
hand.
is.
But let me tell you, Poozy, I can hold your hand, right? And we can
I
sit.
must ain't got no minds over here.
We can sit just by ourselves. I can hold your hand, and just between us behind closed doors, you can cry to me and
I'm
tell
not
me,
crying about
no,
nobody
no,
being
Poozy, I'm not finished. Just wait a minute.
okay.
We can hold hands as mothers and say,
How
I
y'all gonna
feel
keep
so
taking my bonnet
bad
though?
that my granddaughter is the way she is because people are going to treat her different. People are
I'm gonna
going to
tell
be
you right
afraid of
now, I'm
her.
not mad. I'm not hurt because my granddaughter was 100% quote unquote normal until her daddy slammed her against a wall in the state instead of taking upon
But what I'm
themselves
saying
to
is,
get
people are
instead of
going
the
to treat
state.
her
Hold
different,
on,
though,
hold
Pete.
on, hold on,
Sir,
hold
okay.
on. Instead of the state acknowledging what the hell really fucking happened based off of the information, they convinced my mama and my daughter that this baby is supposed to be autistic because her brain got damaged. But the truth is, she was abused. That's what happened to her. And the state will cover up the truth with a damn check because they can't, because they don't, I don't know why the fuck they do it, but I know that's what ended up happening. I have video footage of me and my baby saying her name and her calling me Nanny when she was 1. They had a fucking fight. The boy took her and slung in the wall. And ever since then, my baby life been a totally different. But we didn't treat her no different because of what happened to her.
But Poozy, would you be ready? And I know, would you be ready to knock over anybody when she go to school or out in the community that laugh at her and treat her different and hate her and pick with her?
My granddaughter is going into kindergarten, and when we had that luncheon with her last
Yeah.
year, and I was the person that attended, the little kids looking at her, but it's not my place to make them accept her. It's their parents' place to make them accept her. I'm not going on a campaign saying you have to accept my baby. We do the autism walk, and we walk with our kind, and she has friends that can relate to her that are going through what she's going through. She in special needs classes, so we don't
Ignorance.
go. We don't
I'm
go.
telling you, the ignorance come from the parents, and you are going. I hope you never do, but I'm telling you, you gonna be ready to whip some butt when those
And
parents.
I'm gonna be ready, but I'm not gonna do it because it's not their fault that they don't care to understand. And if
Yeah,
they
I'm
want
just
to,
saying,
then
but
they'll ask.
and you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. It's gonna hurt like no other. And what I'm telling you is, my son, that is, I accept it, and I cry not because of who he is or what he chose to be or what he was born to be, but because of how others perceive him and how others are gonna treat him. And I teach him that everyone is not gonna accept you, but it hurt as a parent knowing that your child is different and you have to send them out there knowing that it's people out there that hate them and will treat them bad because of who they are. And
You
I'm
know what's funny about that, Grace? This ain't funny, but last week my boss, he's Asian, 100% Chinese, right?
Yeah.
It was a white lady and her mama and her son, and when they got to the register, the baby was saying, I refuse to imitate that baby, but he was saying Dr. Pepper. And it's obvious that he's learning how to communicate, right?
Mhm.
He's learning how to verbalize, right? So when my boss imitated him, before the mother could say any fucking thing, I said, I say he has a mental condition. I say you don't do that, 11. He said, oh, sorry. And I said he's autistic. And the mother said, yes, he is. She said, how did you know? I said, I have an autistic granddaughter. She said, thank you. That lady wasn't finna whoop his ass or none of that. We both took the time to explain to somebody who didn't know what the outcome was. And I asked him, I said, 11, y'all don't have autism and stuff in Asia? And he was like, not that I know of. And I was like, okay. So we talked about autism and the different things the different levels of autism, and I actually learned some things myself because I don't know every branch. My baby only 5. I've only been doing this for 5 years, but I've only been active in it for a year since I've been home. I'm still learning how to put the pajamas on backwards and things like that. I'm learning how to make sure she don't get to the toilet and play with her boo boo and things like that. And instead of being disgusted, I'm learning how to figure it out. But I'm not finna force anybody to understand it unless they want to. Yes. I'm not holding a class on autism unless they say, hey, Poozie, I heard you speaking about this and I didn't know how to say it, but I want to know. Then I will open up and talk because I'm still learning. I can't teach you how to play the piano if I'm just a beginner. Now, once I play in the highest form of being a pianist, then I can tell you, but I can't teach you something I'm learning myself.
I think that I think what you said just contradicted everything about the rainbow community. I don't think your issue is with the rainbow community. I think
I just don't like Peach.
Yeah,
I just don't like Peach.
That's what it is. It's not the rainbow community. Because what I'm hearing from you is that what I'm hearing from you, Poozie, is that you're caring and that you're loving, and it's no way that you can hate a whole community. You probably hate Peach.
I do, and I apologize to anybody in the rainbow community that represents any letter. I just hate him.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to. I'm so glad I talked to you. I'm so glad I talked to you because I figured that, and I was hoping that.
Well, I already. You guys say I already knew that. I know she.
I don't know Poozie. I don't know Poozie. Poozie, I have never been on a platform with
and
you.
I apologize, Victoria. Great. And I apologize to anybody. No, Victoria in the comments said you can't say what you said though, Poozie, just because of one person. And I apologize to everybody that I said that I wish that they didn't exist. Yeah, because that's the only way to win with Pete. You got to go below the pits of hell with that motherfucker.
But I'm just telling you, mother, grandmother, we don't want our children to be different. And we're going to educate, we're going to advocate, and we're going to love. And it's no different than rainbow, autistic, cancer, white, black, biracial. It's no difference. Love is love. But when a person you don't like, just that person, just focus on that person.
Housing authority.
I'm gonna drop Poozie, but I accept your apology. You don't owe me an apology.
Thank you, Grace.
But yes, but I'm glad that I talked to you, and I just hope that everyone do forgive you, and if they don't, you apologize and you've done what you need to do. Have a good day. And prayers for your granddaughter and your family.
Nice to meet you, Gracie.
Housing authority says you hurt my feelings when you said that. You even called us some heathens. Housing authority, you have hurt my feelings several times over this past week with things you said about me. But I apologize for calling you a heathen. But I don't even know you to know that you're a part of any community. But I'm woman enough to apologize to the whole community for wishing death upon y'all and saying the things that I said in reference to Peach representing every single one of y'all. One Peach don't represent the whole bunch.
It doesn't. That's why I'm confused on how like all the extra. What's up? I'm confused on how all the extra stuff. What's up, Bo?
He keeps saying I'm homophobic. He keeps saying I'm homophobic, Jason. And how the hell can I be homophobic if I dwell amongst the people that I'm supposed to have a phobia of?
Okay, so granted, so he said that he accused you of being homophobic. Okay, got you. But then you proceed. It's not even just the statement about unaliving, because that was wild.
But I thought that homophobic meant scared of.
No, but Poozie, you talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, and then now you coming over here, you talking about pretty much it's a choice. It's not a choice to be any type of. It's not just like it's not a choice to be straight. It's not a choice to
Chasing some of these people lying there, because I know I got homegirls that's like, I'm finna go try to be gay. And I be like, You know,
Because
once she gay, you always
for
gay.
them, it's a fad. That's what that is, a phase or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like I really know people that say stuff like that. I know that it's a woman who transed into being a man, and she literally said she said that she regretted it because her hair was still growing on the inside, and they had to go and reverse the surgery because she almost died from some kind of infection that she got. And she said I won't never try that shit again. I'm just literally being honest. I'm listening to y'all, but I need to check this message.
I could understand being hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand saying some things that you probably really don't mean, but it's just the level and the magnitude of what you did say is kind of beyond just like apologizing. Because unfortunately, when you're queer, especially if you're a black queer person, we are heavily scrutinized as is, just being black, and then you want to add in queer to it. So yeah, even just coming up here talking like that in front of over 1,000 people, that is extremely harmful. It doesn't, like, as much as like I feel like she probably didn't mean all of what you said, but I do kind of feel. But both,
I have family members like Coach that really do, and they get to that